Hi.
Another day.
Another day. Another
I
morning.
put my shoes on.
I thought we'd do a very dramatic intro.
Oh,
But
she
no.
caught me off guard.
Yes, I did. Because I immediately grabbed the camera and just started filming.
Yeah. So today is Seattle Center Day.
Yes.
So we're going to go to the Armory and the Space Needle and the Science Center, and it's a busy day.
Yeah, we're going to be walking around, but hopefully everything is within the same distance.
It is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mopop, that's the other one. Mopop Museum, that's the big thing.
Yes. So this is going to be a very interesting day.
Hopefully I have enough time to do all of that. If not, we can do the Science Center tomorrow or something.
I mean,
But
we have a lot of time.
We're going to take the tram over there.
Yeah. So it's going to be exciting. Actually, you know what? I actually took a tram in like Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that'll be fun. All right.
Go find my earrings.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you soon. Yeah.
We're on the monorail.
Didn't really quite get the filming of getting onto it, but we were trying to move on quickly. But we're here.
Yay! We made it. The tram. It was a really quick trip. They said it's like 3 minutes. So. Okay. Well, we made it just in time. We are supposed to be at the Space Needle by 10:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And there it is.
I'm a tad bit nervous, but we're going up there. Well, we made it. We had a little bit of issue with the QR code, but we got that fixed.
Yeah.
So now,
Well,
We get
kind of, because we can't find the one for Chihuly either.
well, no, I think that's just going to be on the City Pass QR code. You just have to talk to them.
No, they had their own separate. This is the history. For the World's Fair.
Yeah. Kind of crazy. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Like a silly little thing for the kids.
Pretty strong guys, huh?
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
74,000 volts.
Yeah.
Hold the needle together.
Imagine.
Volts like that.
Yeah.
There's a flame. I didn't know they had a flame on the top of it.
Oh.
I wonder.
people.
Oh, yeah. 1962.
Yeah.
That's what, 60 something?
Oh god. Well, I mean, it's history. Little people on you. Cute. There's like a little plane.
Take a picture. Hurry.
Wow.
We're not even that high.
You're in the dip off.
Well, you got the right spot now.
You're talking
Whoa.
that was
And here we are, folks. Have a great time and enjoy the view.
And I made it. Open that door.
Pull, not push.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. Ooh, oh, it's chilly.
Yeah, and it's a pretty clear day too. See, we could take that boat.
Oh,
Do you want to take the boat instead of going to the science center?
huh? I guess it's all up to you. I think science is fun though. Kinda don't want to be on the water after smelling rain.
if I repeat enough.
Pretty cool.
Heather's taking pictures. Taking pictures. It was raining today, so it's yeah, not quite a clear view, but oh, look at that. This picture Heather got. Oh my gosh. How'd you do that?
I had my strap, so I was okay putting my thing.
Oh, you put it through there? Oh my gosh, she put her hand through the crack. I switched phones, so I don't have my strap on this phone, so I'm a little leery of holding it out weird places.
The floor is moving.
The floor is moving.
So there's a whole floor to stand on. Oh, that's even more. We're done. We're done looking downwards. Good. This definitely ain't for the faint-hearted. Goodness. Ugh. My God, I'm never doing that again. All right, where? Oh. Nicer, huh? Got some really good views though. How's it feel being on glass? Wow. Look at the view though. They're crazy. And actually, right next to us, I suppose is the restaurant that you can be able to reserve being here. So yeah. That stuff is expensive. Ooh. You can see all the things that are going on, all the construction and stuff like that. Pretty neat. I guess there's something out there, huh? Just past the horizon. Did you say glacier? Kinda looks cool from here though. Like all that background range. Oh.
Somebody has to clean these windows on a regular basis. Isn't that crazy? I wouldn't want to be out there. That means there has to be an exit here somewhere. One of these windows. One of them opens.
Making it a 41-second trip to the gift shop. If anyone wants to know anything in particular, feel free to ask. I might know.
Tell us anything you know. We only have like 10 seconds.
We've got plenty of time. Climate Pledge Arena over there, home to the Kraken and the Storm, formerly known as Key Arena. They suspended the roof when they redid the building and just redid the building out from underneath it. Over to the left, the Pacific Science Center, those arches were designed by Minoru Yamasaki, who also designed the original World Trade Center in New York. And straight ahead is Chihuly Garden and Glass. We're not allowed to dress up as Chihuly for Halloween because he doesn't like it, and he has a stake in our company. Here we are, folks. Have a great rest of your day.
So, after that fun little trip, we made it back down to the gift shop. Oh, right. There's the Lego. Yeah, let's go. Alright, here we are. The Lego model Space Needle. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the... Yeah, it has info on it, how many bricks was used and how tall it is.
It's 14 feet tall. That's bigger than that.
Yeah, from here it does.
55,000 bricks.
That's pretty cool. And from above you can see more characters, I bet, versus down below.
Yeah, I wonder what these characters are here.
Oh, here, look at back. Oh, maybe little construction guys or something. I see a pirate.
Pirate.
Oh, it's for like filling M&Ms. They're jars. That's funny. That'll be hard to clean.
Towers of...
Oh, gee.
It's an earthquake.
Oh, that looks so weird. Like so many little neat things of the Space Noodle here. Like little lamps. I think what's funnier to me is the fact that they have a plushie. Gotta go see this thing. Yeah, see, look, right over there. Like, who knew? Like, you can make a plushie of everything, I suppose. Look at this guy. So fluffy. Mom just pointed out they got small ones. Small versions. It's so funny. And unicorns. Because of course you have to have unicorns everywhere, don't you?
Oh gosh.
Just chilling out.
I like this one.
Oh yeah. That was great.
We can come back at night and see everything all lit up at night.
Ooh, true. We have a little bit of time before we have to go in for our next location.
Chihuly.
Yeah. So we're gonna actually go check out some places in the Armory. There's like a few things to kind of do in there, at least what you told me. So we're gonna go check it out. Let's go. It's stage. Yeah, pretty good.
Helicopter.
I can't find it. There it is. So here we are. Seattle Center Armory.
Yeah, there before.
Ooh. Pretty cool. Oh, there's a lot of smells coming in here.
Yeah, see, when Mary and I were here before, there was like booths all the way around here. Vendors. But it was a special occasion. It was holidays.
Yeah, so it was like because this is like an event hall, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I see performances listed up there. And there's like a few things over here. Yeah. So, oh, the Children's Museum. That is such an interesting little spot for it. To Chihuly Garden and Glass. And we still have a little bit of time before our reservation,
So we're gonna go in the gift store.
yeah. And go check that out. Thank you. Those are really pretty. Love all this stuff in here. Cute little setup. Got a little house in there too. It's cute. So cute, like little bird houses. It's a cute photo you're recording.
That's very cool.
Welcome to the demonstration. We're going to be making a little vessel. That's just a fancy word for a vase or a bowl, something like that. Not necessarily that shape or those colors. But first things first, this is the safety rope. Don't pass the safety rope for any reason. There's hot and dangerous stuff up here. And if anything falls off the stage, don't touch it. It's going to be hot and sharp. It hasn't happened before. I just need to let you know that. Okay, without further ado, this is Paul. He's going to be our gaffer. He's going to be designing and making the piece today. So give him a warm welcome. And my name's Ash. I'll be assisting and narrating for you today, and hopefully teach you something new. So let's go. So Paul has a blowpipe. It's a long steel straw, and you might have seen there was a little orange at the end. That's because we have to preheat that pipe in order for the glass to stick to it correctly. Glass doesn't like to stick to cold steel. But if you can imagine what's in here, this is our melting furnace on the left, and it holds this huge ceramic salad bowl shaped crucible, and it holds about 200 pounds of that molten glass. So Paul's showing you the physics of it. Right now it's hot. It's so hot, it acts a lot like a fluid, like viscous honey. Forbidden honey. So if you can see, he's rolling it on this marver. It's a big steel table, and that helps us control the temperature and the shape. So it's a good hard surface to roll on that's nice and flat, but all that cooled steel wants to siphon a lot of the heat out of that glass. For this next step, which is where we blow a starter bubble into it. So because this is like a long steel straw, and that glass is covering the other end of it, he just puffs a little air in there and caps it. And it traps it and has nowhere else to go but out the end. So thanks for coming, everybody. That was fun. Now, we still have a lot to do here, because this is just our first starting bubble. So this is not even enough glass to make something like this. This is more enough to just make a little small jar. But right now he's using these main shaping tools. They're called jacks. And the blades are actually covered in beeswax. So if you see any smoke or fire, that's just that beeswax combusting. But we need, because it's also steel, it'll want to suck a lot of that heat out of the glass too. So right now he's just cooling it down. Because we need it nice and stiff. The colder the glass gets, the stiffer it sets up. Kind of like when you freeze water, it's solid. It's solid ice. I mean, it's the same state change. But we need it nice and solid so it retains its shape. You can hear it sounds cold too, much like the glass you're used to. And even though it looks like you could touch it, it's still over 1,000 degrees. But around 1,000 degrees is when it sets up enough for us to gather over it again so that that bubble doesn't collapse on itself. So you can see it has that nice orange glow again. That's purely from the heat because it's over 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit, about 1,200 Celsius. But we're going to use that external heat to roll in this stuff called frit, F-R-I-T. It's just a big pile of colorful sand up there, and it's the easiest way to apply color to your vessel. It's really fast and easy to use because of its small size. So it's like sandy texture. It means it melts in really evenly and you don't have to worry about it breaking itself. Like there are different kinds of colors. Like these thick bars, it's the same stuff. It's just small amounts of metal oxide that determine the color. And the base is just normal, the same clear glass. It's soda silicate glass, sorry. So because it's 30% soda ash and limestone, and then 70% is normal silica. But we have to dope it a little bit with lime ash soda ash and limestone to lower the melting point. Because pure silica is around 3,000 degrees, over 3,000 degrees. And if we tried to heat it up to that temperature, it would melt the steel tools that we use. So that's all of the color. Nice adding. So we just melted it in flat, because the hotter you get glass, the more surface tension balls it up, like a raindrop. And you might notice that even though we added all that color, you can't really see it when it's that hot, because that orange glow mutes and covers up all that color. So it's still gooey enough on the inside that you saw him flinging it around in a circle, spinning that pipe. That stretches it out really drastically for us. So you can see it's about 2 times as long. He just rolled it really quick on that marver to cool down certain parts so they blow out thicker. Okay. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little mold up here made of brass. This is a different kind, but it's the same sort of thing. And he's gonna stuff the end of the glass in there and blow that out. And that's how you get some ribs. So you can see when it came right out of there, after he blew, it's transferred all those ribs to the surface of it. And you might see that in the garden pieces that have ribs like that, and that's how they get that. Just different sized molds with different textures that they transfer to it by blowing and bubbling. Good. So now as the assistant, I'm blowing air into the piece as he's shaping it, because glass blowing is a very team-oriented art form. So normally, traditionally, you just use your mouth to blow through the pipe into the piece, but this is a new tool, thanks to COVID, because we had all our masks on. This made it a lot easier to blow through the pipe. But we keep it around so I can narrate and blow air for Paul. It's also pretty even. Helps you section off your air a little better so you don't blow too much. And I also have a better vantage point to see what's going on. If I blow it out too thin, blow too much air into there, that glass thins out and loses its structure. And the thinner the glass gets, the faster it'll heat up and cool down. So you can see he was using the friction applied by a couple tools. These are the main shaping tools, jacks. They're the waxy coated ones. And these diamond shears, they're special shears. They're used for gripping the end of the glass. So while he spins it, he holds these in place. And that's how they get that nice spiral. So he nets it in right next to the pipe, makes what's called a jack line. Yep. Yeah. Nice. Because that's going to be good for a future step called the punty transfer. That's when we flip it around. Because right now we're only working on the bottom, the base. That's going to stand up straight, be flat. Like right now, you might be able to see that he's only section heating it. So he's only heating the very end of the glass so we can flatten it out. And occasionally he does give it full heats, but those are more just slight heats to keep it from getting too cold. If a big part of this gets too cold and he goes back to heat the glass up.
Capping.
Yep, capping. So instead of blowing right now, I'm just capping the air in there and trapping it.
Good. Take a punch.
Because if he flattens the base out without a cap, then all that air will want to rush back out through the pipe. But now that that base is done, I'm just going to heat up this solid rod called a punty. It's also made of steel. But it's just solid because we just want to attach it there to flip it around so we can work on the lid. Okay. So the reason this is so hard, and by far where the most beginners break their piece, is because the heats have to be very specific. So you can see he's not glowing at all. That base isn't glowing right now because we want it to set up and retain its shape. But if it gets too cold and I introduce hot glass, like I'm going to for this transfer, then it could crack the base. But if I'm too cold, then it won't want to stick at all, or it'll stick a little bit and then it'll just fall off on the ground when we try to break it. So if this goes well, y'all got to give Paul a round of applause, because this takes a long time to learn. And he's entrusting that I know what I'm doing. So I just point it up a little bit, into a nice little dome shape. When he feels that I'm in the right temperature, he'll stab it onto the center as close as possible. Get it in line with that base. Because that's how we're going to get our symmetry. And he's going to add a little bit of water to that seam, that jack line, and then hold your breath. There we go. So I got to go straight back to the fire. Because again, if that surface temperature gets too cold, around 800 degrees, it'll want to crack when we try to heat it up again. It's called thermal shock. So that's the most common way to break something when you're working on hot like this, is if it gets too cold and then you heat it back up too quickly, then it'll crack. because it builds up a lot of internal stress and it has nowhere to release that, so it just shatters itself. Only a really confident person taps it like that. It's so thin, if we cool it down again, it'll thermal shock and it'll crack. So because wood is such an insulative material, it won't suck all that heat out of the glass. So we need to shape it and so it doesn't crack. But as he opens this up, firstly, with this little straw you'll see him use in a second, called Sophietta, has a little cone at the end that creates a seal with that, and you might have seen it's a little subtle, but it puffed out the shoulder. That does a lot of the work for you much quicker than if you just use the jacks. Because that big hole is there, you can stick the blades in there, and with a little upwards pressure, open it up. But these help make it a little easier by helping you retain all of your heat, because it's less of a metal contact. Because steel, as a rule, cools down glass. So you can see how well those blades contour the base. And that's our base. So we have one last step that's very crucial. We have to load it into these ovens called annealers. They run at about 955 degrees. And I have to use a wood paddle because it's so cold, even cold steel could crack the base at this point. But we have to load it in that hot oven over there overnight as it slowly cools, because if we just left it out to the air, it would cool too fast and thermal shock. So he's just doing some final touches as it cools down, because again, when he goes back and heats it, it gets a little over the stiff point. He's going to add a little bit of water on that back end, that punning line, right where he wants it to break. And then with a little tap, it'll come right off where we want it. Easy as that. So it's still sharp when it breaks cold on the back end. So we're going to use this hot torch, about 4,000 degrees oxypropane. That's why that flame's nice and blue. But just melts those sharp bits in and gets it hot enough for our stamp, so you know where it was made. So that's a finished piece, everybody. Good morning. Give Paul one more round of applause.
Actual silver, the metal silver mixed in.
Looks like a feather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, kind of cool. Oh, so that's more of what you're going to see. That will be the inside of the piece.
That's the inside, that's the outside. Oh.
Yeah, and it should look like that. I introduced the big flame. I turned the flame up in the furnace towards the end, and I went in when it was relatively cold, and that sort of mirrorized, really brought that silver. Metals are affected by the richness of the flame. So kind of wild, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Get the Space Needle in there.
Yeah.
All of this black stuff is pretty cool. Especially this time of year. It's crazy. The flowers think it's spring here. They're just coming up. Spring in February. Yeah, I saw tulips in some of the flower pots on the way
I saw some of the
through
trees
town.
blooming.
Yeah, it's nuts. Heather's gonna take pictures. We could just hang out here all day. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, that sounds like Cirque du Soleil music behind us.
All this glass that's here. It's so cool.